This is Rhio's debut at NCL. Crowd doing the cheering there. She's been in the long queue of up-and-comers, waiting very politely to get in the hot club of success that is NCL. She has a background in karate, taekwondo. If that wasn't scary enough, she's also from Preston.
Preston's a tough place.
Oh, hello, Tom.
Hello, friends. You need all those to survive, and Rhio has all the skills to make it here at North Wrestling. Matt, it's great to be back with you for another night of North Wrestling Raj Geordie Strong style.
As only we can do, Tom.
As only we can do. Big night of action, and we're getting underway with a match that we should have really had last time we were here. Debutant Rhio was meant to be part of a fatal four-way match last time at NCL 2.1. Everything is back where it belongs. And unfortunately, Rhio was unable to be with us on that night. It became a triple threat, and we certainly saw a double threat in Lizzie Evo and Tonga taking out their frustrations on Gia Adams. And that's a story to tell later tonight. Rhio, finally, where she belongs, at the Anarchy Brewery for North Wrestling.
I can tell she belongs on the mat there with that simple takedown. Rhio, she's got a very popular fan base already here before she even made her bloody debut. Great to see here. Lots of people here in the North Wrestling scene taking close attention to the wrestling scene in the rest of the country. Don't worry, there are other territories available. Just saying. And now Lizzie Evo has nothing the ropes, and down she goes with shoulder block.
It's going to be a huge night for us here. Look at this.
Right,
meanwhile,
but powering up into a scoop slam. You got to be that strong when you renew your weapon, the pie bap. She says.
And is Sin Cara strong enough mentally, physically, emotionally, Matthew, to become the North Wrestling Champion? That is what we'll ask tonight in our main event as Cara Noir makes his debut, his return rather, for North Wrestling.
Almost feels like a debut. He's been away for so long. Last seen against Mark Coffey many years ago. In a generation far away. He returns in the... Don't really shut his mouth. That's not very nice.
Cara Noir, part of our main event this evening. It'll be Cara Noir challenging Rory Coyle, the original cult classic, for the North Wrestling Championship. The first title defense of Rory Coyle, beginning his second reign, his second questionable reign, Math, as North Wrestling Champion.
Yeah, like questionable as that pinfall on Lizzie. Very lackadaisical. She likes her mouth to do the talking. She'll be doing it on the mat there, and that's why she's getting twatted by the debut in Rhio. Again, strong support here in the crowd for Rhio. And takes a hard clothesline.
You made a good point about Lizzie Evo. I know you didn't want me to say it on microphone, but I'm going to say it anyway, just in case she hears it. She talks a good game, she talks a good game, and she talks a bit more of a good game, and she talks a bit more of a good game, and she talks a bit more of a good game. She does a lot of talking, does Lizzie Evo. But she can back it up.
Well, when she puts a lot of attention to it, she can, but she gets easily distracted. Like a child with ADD and Facebook. Big cook to the face. I said it wrong twice there, just to show I'm consistent. A big kick to the face there by Lizzie Evo. There we go. I'll let her do the talking from now on. And now, again, trying to do her best to ground her. But again, you can see, as she's doing these moves, she's looking at the crowd. She's mouthing off at the crowd. She's doing everything she can to lose this match.
She is taking great pleasure in being despised by the North Faithful. And when you talk of being despised by the North Faithful, one man we thought who would never, the North Faithful would never fall out of love with is HT Drake.
Oh, absolutely.
The gatekeeper of Northeast Wrestling. Tonight, he is upset with people who he believes don't deserve to be here.
Let's go roll up, and only two.
Just a 2 count there.
Oh, beautiful step up into Gary. Shades of Antonio Inoki. Hey, you borrow moves, mate. Give them the best. And a big knee to the big mouth And Lizzie Evo on a sidewalk slam. But watch out, put a knee in her face. Might lose your kneecap altogether. Here's the cover. Might be it, and it's not. Getting closer and closer each time, though. Tom, sorry, Tom, to cut you off with this hot action, but here we are. What else with HD Drake?
As HD Drake's big mouth got him in trouble tonight, he's facing Liam Slater in a submission match this evening. And I know that HD Drake is a technical wizard, you know, but like all, you know, more a bad wizard than a good wizard. But he's in there with Liam Slater, who knows the canvas like it's Google Maps. I'm intrigued to see how Liam Slater and HD Drake will go at it in a submission match a little later on this evening.
Absolutely, it is crazy. Thinking the challenge, Liam Slater, the submission contest. I mean, it's like challenging Gaza to a kebab off. Anyway,
you got to have either big balls or no brain to come at Liam Slater with something like that. And I guess we're going to find out what HD Drake has later on. But right now, it is all about the debut of Rhio looking to shut the mouth of Lizzie Evo.
And a heavy suplex there. You can tell Lizzie tried to block it as much as she could for body weight, but to no avail, and only a 2 count though.
Enemies all around for Lizzie Evo. The North Faithful don't like her. I know Rhio has had some things to say about her in the past. In the locker room waits Gia Adams, who last time we were here got a pasting from the combo of Lizzie Evo and Tonga. And I know for a fact that Gia Adams and Lizzie Evo...
Aurora Borealis suplex for the...
localized entirely in the Anarchy Brewery. May I
this
see
time
it?
of year.
I believe it's an Albany expression. But Gia Adams is in the wings later tonight. She faces Tonga one-on-one, but you know that they've got to keep it separated. Keep your distance from Gia Adams. If I were Lizzie Evo, that's exactly what I'd be doing.
Hard Irish whip into the turnbuckles. There's Lizzie, and then Rhio following up before. Lizzie able to dodge, but not this time. Rhio knows. She got her on the rope, so to speak, and again, only 2, but they are getting closer and closer.
It's taken longer for Evo and for Rhio to get that shoulder off the mat after just a couple of seconds. You know, they're wearing each other down in this one. And this is part of a really exciting time for British wrestling. Like the women's wrestling scene across the UK is probably the strongest I think I've ever known it. And we have got 4 members of a stunning women's division in action here tonight. A small part of a massive, massive part of British wrestling.
Absolutely, there's obviously been a lot of change. And a lot of wrestling like that. There's even not changing speed enough. Bounce a heat off the turnbuckle pad. Rhio sending and knocking and throwing and chewing and throwing and every which way but west with those shots. In the corner, blocked. See, look at Rhio picking up the little touch there. Spinning wheel kick takes off the mush of Lizzie Evo. And now Rhio has a real chance to end this match quick. And her debut in NCL, they were taking the win column on the shoulders. I'm not that familiar with what her finishing moves are, gotta be honest, but I'm eager to see what she has in store for ourselves. Is she able to block it? Hard shot at the back of the head there. Unrestricted in some wrestling places. Another hard clothesline, as seen earlier. Crowd do not like it.
Lest we forget, Matthew, that Lizzie Evo, whilst still
Release German suplex! No bridge, all impact.
A Scouse Volta, if you will. And lest we forget, Matthew, that whilst Lizzie Evo relatively new to North, she knows the Northeast. Last ever Defiant Women's Champion.
That's right. It's not going to help her now, though, is it? With Blue Thunder Bomb right in the middle of the canvas.
The bluest of Blue Thunders only gets a 2 Thunder.
Very well executed, though. So Lizzie Evo, despite her big mouth, she is very, very strong, which you need to be if you have a big mouth. Or very fast. That's right, Defiant. The final Defiant Women's Champion, because rumour has it that the IQ Brewery was built on the haunted, ancient, Defiant burial ground. A horrible rumour, I don't know who's been spread now. Referee John Myers, though, getting in the way. Wait, what's this? Is a grab of the tights. Referee! You're an idiot. You're blind. And now Lizzie Evo, not only did she steal the victory, but now she's stealing the impact of this wrestler's debut. Now here comes the partner in crime, Tonga, to again inflict some punishment, working together just like they did last time they were here, Tom.
Thick as thieves, Tonga and Lizzie Evo putting a beating on Rhio. Insult to injury. And Tonga will be in action later on tonight, but getting a warm up. And here's who she's facing. Gia Almighty. It's Gia Adams. And look at this. Lizzie Evo and Tonga take a powder. They don't want none of Gia Adams, Math.
No, don't want none from Washington. That is Gia Adams. Dismissing them from the kiddies table. This is adults only. And Gia Adams doing the right thing here, making the save. Rhio on her debut night does not walk away with a tick in the victory column, but does at least get some respect from Gia Adams and the North Faithful.
And we will see Tonga back here, nowhere to run later on, one-on-one with Gia Adams here at NCL 2.2. But this match chopped and changed so much, but here we go. Rhio, Charlie Morgan, these two have trod very familiar paths, Matthew, up and down the country. Both have been cutting their teeth through Pro Wrestling Eve, and they bring that passion tonight to North Wrestling.
You're right, the card fell down like a one-legged man playing okey dokey. However, you need to be reminded sometimes that the UK and Ireland wrestling scene is tastier than the inside of a poacher's pocket. We get matches like this as a, quote, backup. Oh, I'm sure we'll manage.
How terrible. Charlie Morgan, such an inspiring story from Charlie Morgan. And somebody whose career ended a few years ago, whilst on her first tour of the US with Shimmer. Suffered an injury that cut not only the tour, but her entire wrestling career. She made a shock return to the wrestling world at Pro Wrestling Eve late last year and has been the best she has ever been. And she continues to prove that now in new proving grounds like here at North.
Yeah, and it's always great seeing these weapons. Oh, I mean, she's fantastic. She can handstand when she needs to. And kick you right around there. Just for you. Fantastic. Charlie Morgan. Obviously, as I said beforehand, more experienced than Rhio. It's always great seeing the different generations wrestling one another, because Charlie Morgan's reputation precedes her. But then again, Rhio knows everything Charlie Morgan's going to do. He's going to have the advantage of being new. And there we go. A beautiful segue out of that arm hold. And, faking out the super kick.
That's a great shout by Rhio, who again, they know each other. They've been places. Rhio could sense the motions of that super kick, got the arms up to protect herself. Charlie Morgan stopped the momentum. Whether she was faking out, we don't know. Regardless of that, Rhio with the shoulder block.
That's right, a bit of a taunt there. A good look at the work that goes there. Now, Charlie Morgan up. Now, she goes down. Oh, very short distance drop kick there. Very hard to pull that off properly, but then obviously the closer you do it, there's a chance you have to, recognize it and try and counter it. Nice work there by Rhio.
What I love about watching Rhio work is that she's not forever looking to the crowd for support, endorsement, and encouragement. She is there to work. She is there to graft. That is what is instilled in her through Northwest Strong.
Over the top there, taking it down into. Everybody was surfing, possibly. Uno, dos, tres.
Slap across the back.
Uno, dos, tres. Surfing. Mexico. Fantastic. I always love this move. And so the crowd here at North. Oh, no, wait up. The referee, New Tony, probably recognizing that, both shoulders are down. So having to release it.
Great call from New Tony, as we will now call him. Formerly of the States, he's from off of America, is Tony. Moved to Newcastle. He's now making a life in Geordieland. Welcome to it, Tony.
Hello, Tony. Sorry about the weather. Anyway, nice kick there. Obviously, Tony not a big fan of the Mexican surfboard. Each to his own.
Low kick from Rhio, just taking out Charlie Morgan.
Underhook. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Especially in the north. And now... Sit down, shut up. Right in the corner. And back to the corner again. 4. Running below. The snapmare. full control here. Rhio doing a magnificent job. Basement drop kick. Must be enough. No, but Rhio succeeding a lot more efficiently than I thought she would against the veteran, Charlie Morgan.
Watching in the wings, no doubt, is Gia Adams and Lizzie Evo. They are in action later on tonight. A grudge match. Big scores to be settled for Washi's own Gia Adams against the liver bird Lizzie Evo. Someone who Rhio herself has had numerous run-ins here with at North, Matthew.
Yep. And we're going to get yet another page in the chapter there. What they've been writing. And now the straight jacket lock. Charlie Morgan right in the middle of the ring. Again. Good seeing all these wrestlers have nice trainers.
There has been some incredible training from both sides here.
Hang on. Better than her into the corner. That's what you did to her earlier. Hey, Tom.
Charlie Morgan learning as she goes and learning as she grows. There's the super kick, looking for it earlier, finally plants it. Rhio seems, is she out on her feet? Looks rattled by that super kick.
Those means the wrestlers like waiting for someone to get up after just clattered them. And wait, springboard. Oh, Asai headbutt. Nicely done. Oh, only two. God, I don't think Rhio was expecting that move.
Incredible Asai headbutt.
Oh, I think she's really suffering from that.
Incredible, because you would brace yourself almost for a lion salt, and then when it becomes a headbutt, you don't quite know how to handle that. And here's Charlie Morgan, the daredevil, the gambler. She's going to risk it all on that top rope.
She's got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Oh, Swanton bomb. Is that enough? It's not. Bloody hell.
2.5 only. The Swanton, one of the big moves in the locker of Charlie Morgan.
Aye. Used to gambling, but you see the look on his face there. She's not used to playing craps. And, on the shoulders of Rhio. Oh, crowd evenly split between these two competitors. Oh, step up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I thought Rhio was going to go on the outside, and there's a lot of unforgiving Geordie concrete out there.
A lot of unforgiving Geordies out there as well. Shreddy's found that out numerous times. Shreddy's former tag team partner in action later tonight. We saw him backstage earlier on. Big Lou Nixon teaming up with Connor Renshaw, of all people, to face Zio Knox. And I guess, you know, I mean, there's something, if there's anything more scummy about H.C. Drake, Geordie wrestler, it's H.C. Drake, Geordie wrestler adopted Tory. I'm sure that's called eating your own. I think that's called, what is it called? Eating your nose to spite you. It's called shite. That's it. It's called punching your nose, breaking your nose to spite your face, I think they call it.
Well, hopefully we'll see that later on.
Hopefully we'll see that. Minded broken nose, possibly in the future. Rhio with those forearms from Morgan.
Oh.
Receipt to the face.
That quick fall and drop in kick there. And now Rhio using their, oh. Eat shit, Tully suplex. And that's it. Wow!
And here is your winner, Rhio!
Well, no disrespect intended to Rhio, but I am someone who's followed Charlie Morgan's career. I was expecting complete dominance from Charlie Morgan, because it's Charlie Morgan. But Rhio has surprised me. I think a lot of people here watching this with a victory over her tonight.
And you know what's even better than that, Matthew? That is Rio's first W here in North Wrestling.
God.
The first 3-count victory for Rhio. And what a win! Not only are you on the winning books for North, but you did it over Charlie Morgan.
Talk about bounce back ability. Rhio's got that in spades. And now, beautiful sportsmanship.
Nothing but love. I genuinely hope upon hope that we get Charlie Morgan back in a North Wrestling ring very, very soon. But tonight, it is all about Northwest Strong's very own Rhio. Northwest Strong representing with Preston-born Rhio. And do you know what? A real star on the Northwest scene and making it across to the Northeast scene as well, Matthew, as we've seen lately at North.
You know what? Everything you just said's true, Tom. But God, has she been putting her way in, blocking the way for G. Adams' victories these past few times here, the visits to the Anarchy Brewery. So, sure, she's nice. She's having a lovely time in the Northwest, having pie sandwiches. That's what they eat over there. But I'm going to be unbiased as possible and say it'd be nice if Gia beat her.
I'd be interested to see this one. Like you say, these two, Rhio and Gia Adams, formed an alliance during the last few months with Tonga and Lizzie Evo making their way across the Mersey here. And this is the first time I genuinely think we've seen them in action against one another. Correct me if I'm wrong. And immediately sizing each other up.
I wonder this being a three-way rather than a singles match could be very interesting.
But look at Eve Bateman. Fair play to Eve Bateman, who could have easily just stepped back and let these two squabble, got straight in the middle of it. A proper tinderbox in Eve Bateman that we're going to find later on. And here's Rhio and Gia Adams now squaring up.
Some headlock takedowns there. Both of them feel each other out. Like I said, they have been it's been an alright alliance, but you know, it's now that they don't need to team up anymore, some of the problems they got rid of, everyone's eager to see who's better one-on-one.
But look at this. Meanwhile, Jesus!
Wait. All right.
Eve Bateman, this match moving at quite the pace so far. Eve Bateman immediately.
Oh, flapjack.
Establishing dominance over these two.
On to G. Adams.
This is the story of this match, Math, right? This is the story of this match. Gia Adams and Rhio, keen to find out who is the better wrestler out of those two. But here's Eve Bateman playing spoiler, a speed bump in the story of Gia Adams and Rhio. And I don't think she would have it any other way.
No, you're right. And G. Adams supposed to be sick of this. Last time she didn't have a nice old match, but it was scramble rules. So you have to have eyes at the back of your head, and Gia does not have those. She's not weird. And here we are, three-way match. More the same. Hey, who's better between me and Mrs. Pie Bap? I guess I'll find out after I dealt with you. The Queen of Crime.
One fall to a finish, and looking to steal this one is Eve Bateman with a shot below the waist to Gia Adams.
Oh, nice kidney punch there. She didn't know it was away in the range. Looking very impressive so far. Newcomer to NCL.
Well, this is the night where you can really make an impact. And Eve Bateman knows this. Like, on a night like this, we've already seen some really strong debuts, some really strong returns. Eve Bateman wants to stand out by getting a W over Rhio, who we've seen a couple of times here, and one of the Northeast stalwarts in Gia Adams. And she may be on course to do that.
The flood of new talent coming in the NCL, and the winners are, of course, the fans. But at the same time, the wrestlers... No time for scrubs. Only the best can show up here. And, Samoan drop. Might be looking to finish this early. Or maybe already sick of it. Oh, no. Unfortunate junction getting slammed. Right into Rhio. Referee. Part there doing a good job. Thank you, pal. Looking that. Oh, and again. I won't say quite a miscommunication. I mean, worked out in the end. And now, not working. Taking it down. Very strong Irish whip there, bloody hell. And we're running sidewalk slam.
Gia Adams keen to establish dominance in this triple threat match and get back on course for that North Wrestling Championship shot.
Shotgun dropkick. Kabow.
And Rhio, meanwhile, looking to establish a big win for herself in North Wrestling. Wins that really haven't come her way as much as she hoped they would. As we've talked about before, Matthew.
Hey, the whole thing, iron sharpens iron. You only get better by... Oh, here we go. Good ring awareness then, easy for me to say, from the Queen of Crime.
A rambunctious debut so far for Eve Bateman, who is absolutely stepping up and giving the fight to Rhio and giving the fight to Gia Adams.
I can see where her name comes from, the Queen of Crime, because she's currently stealing the show here in her debut match. No, maybe not. And Gia took it back.
All of a sudden, Gia Adams, the most powerful force, the hardest hitting lass in the Northeast, proving that is not just a fancy t-shirt slogan. Roaring elbows there by Adams to Bateman and Rhio.
Oh, you know what's coming next? Splash.
Dewdrop special.
Oh, I thought it might have been it. Gia thought, you know what? I can't have both these people either side of me. I'll put them both together. try and pin them both at once, and it just didn't work. Very strong competitors here. And Gia wouldn't have it any other way. Beautiful modified famous are there. Again, not sound like a stickler for rules, but a hell of a pin. Wait, what? There got caught in the... Oh, right.
Eve Bateman looking to get famous in this showing tonight against Gia Adams and Rhio, kicking out at 2.
Take some of the hair in the process.
Gia...
Shocking, that.
North Faithful coming live for Gia Adams in this match. Enziguri.
Oh, again, perfect time to be hitting that move. That's why these three-way matches...
Whoa!
So bloody annoying. And then the Saka shit connects.
The power of Eve Bateman.
Oh, Gia with one arm. Scoop her entire body up. Samoan drop. It'll be a perfect time to go for a pin, but no, she's up. Bloody hell, Bateman. Oh, try to block the DDT. Guy's got a lot of fire in, hasn't she?
A lot of fire coming out, and there's a fiery super kick from Rhio. You have to believe that if Rhio hadn't been there, that Fisherwoman's DDT, that Adams smasher, would have kept Eve Bateman down.
Oh, running heel kick. From halfway across the ring. Rhio now. Oh, what can she do here? She's got one leg there. Oh, Christ. Crashing and landing the center of the ring, and that's it. Blimey. A very mixed reaction there from the crowd. Some stunned, but some saying, no, she is good. You know, she is from the Northwest. We do have to give it to them, Tom. Very deserved win. Always hard to figure out where everyone is. Left ear, the right ear, bottom ear, on top of you in some cases in the three-way dance, but we are managing very successfully that brutal-looking DDT and direct on the head there on Gia Adams.
I go on the record, Math, and say that is Rio's biggest win in North so far. What an impact to now say you've picked up a win over Gia Adams, and Gia is in a bad way after that by the looks of things. That was a rough landing for Gia Adams. It was successful for Rhio, though, and respect being shown by Rhio for Gia Adams there.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, right? These two have an alignment. They have a kinship. But
that was...
It's competition.
That was months ago, Tom.
Rhio's saying it. Look, this competition, that's what all this is about.
That's nice of Gia. You say, no. Give her a due.
Oh, show of respect there from Rhio, and Gia Adams soaking in the adulation. No shame in losing on a night like that. One hell of a triple threat match. Here at We Truly Mean All the Disrespect.